My name is Eric and I'm the general manager. We have two sides of the business. We have a warehousing side, D3 Logistics, and we have a transport side, Design Transport. So D3 Logistics, best known for warehousing furniture for our clients and shipping. My role probably best described as supporting the people that make the business generally work.
So D3 Logistics is a specialist in heavy and bulky 3PL, which is I'm the managing director, so making sure that. So we've got 10,000 square metres here, split up into three sections. So we've got the 3PL section that's across this side of the shed here. If you look to the far side there, you can see the narrow aisle. That's for smaller goods. We've got specialised section for that. The middle part of the warehouse here is a cross-stock section. So that's where stock comes in and out as quickly as possible. And then we've got our selective racking 3PL section on the other side as well. Yeah, predominantly furniture and bulkier products, the ones that I guess people like to call ugly freight is what we specialise. Probably 20 to 30 clients in this warehouse at the moment. Some of them we have a larger role to play, others a smaller role, maybe a complementary role. So it just differs depending on what they require from us as a support network. And every client I met through is finding stuff difficult. A lot of 3PLs don't like to deal with it because it's hard to manage, hard to deliver. So I guess we built a business model. Stock sectioning. Now these trailers here, we have same warehouse set up in Melbourne and Brisbane, and we have the trailers just being swapped overnight. So they park here in the morning, we unload them, then reload them, and then at night the driver will pick them up and then take it to the other state and then pick the other one up.
So our main issue was a lack of technology, which in turn leads into a lack of reporting and visibility in the business. Mainly in collaboration with Win Solutions that we documented most of our issues where they said we can actually help you with this. It's a bit of both where we were disappointing the end customer, obviously losing respect and trust from our clients, and also being very difficult to manage the business overall without having the visibility that we now have. We weren't using anything like what Infor does for us. The main gaps in our daily processes were visibility. So if person A that manages the team says, oh, these are all the tasks for today, and then everyone goes away and said everything is done, there was no easy way to check and control if everything was done and if everything was done the way that we wanted it done. Funny enough, I came from the tech side, so I was head of the tech department before I moved into this role. Again, the main issue with that the guys on the floor would see is that there was no clear direction on what needed to be done that day, because there was no system in place to give us a finite list of this is everything we need to accomplish, and then keeping track of everything that needs to be done was very difficult, even for the guys on the floor, because it was like on a bit of paper or it was just verbally communicated. Whereas now we have systems in place. We'll have computer screens that people can look at. We have RF devices that people can look at to see, hey, how much have I done today? How much do I still need to do? And they can very easily keep track of everything that needs to be done. The main criteria that we're looking for is to accommodate the product profile, like furniture. It needs to be scalable. The main client that we have here has grown very quickly, so we need to make sure that we could scale it in the same building, but also to external sites. So we're looking to open up in Brisbane and in Melbourne soon. It needs to be user-friendly. There needs to be good support, which Win Solutions has been amazing at as well. They've managed this whole process start to finish, really. From the moment that I was introduced to Win Solutions and I was on board with this project, I think it took 2.5 months to implement. I believe that this is the fastest implementation that I've done to date. So our cornerstone client, MCM House, they were looking to move away from their, at the time, current 3PL. They weren't happy with the results that they were getting, and they said, we want a solution now. Together with Win Solutions, obviously they did set the timeline, a very, very quick timeline. They said 2 months, 2.5 months. start to finish. So from D3 Logistics, we had Al Lewis, who is, I believe, on the board of directors. Mo was heavily involved. Juan, who is our site manager here. We learned about Infor through research on the internet, and then got introduced to Win Solutions through Mo's vast network of contacts. They were put forward to us as, if you're going to implement Infor, they are by far the best implementation company to work with in Australia. I didn't have any hesitations to work with them from day one. That when I met with both Alex and James, you can very quickly tell, very professional, very organized. So I had no hesitations at all.
We had a bit of a scope in regards to what we needed and what our clients needed from us as a business. We went out and searched globally for WMS systems that would potentially work and their application in our space, which is heavy bulky, specifically furniture retail 3PL. Win Solutions was shortlisted amongst others, and then we went through a thorough process. Support was very important for us, given that it's a new division and we're essentially creating a new business. So having that support, very important, and it gave us peace of mind. Outside of that, obviously price played a big factor. Functionality, we need to ensure that we had a system that would, perform the functions required in regards to inventory, stock keeping and movements, ensuring visibility. Ultimately one of our core values is trust, maintaining that trust between us and our clients through accurate and reliable information. There's no point choosing a partner that may work for a couple of years, but then you've got to change systems down the track, which is very disruptive for business. So it's important to understand and choose a partner that would support us implement the new system, but also help us grow and maintain and sustain a new system. I think for us, Infor ticked all the boxes in regards to a comprehensive WMS that was a cloud version. I'm a big fan of cloud enterprise software. On-prem is old-fashioned and it comes with a lot of risk, and it doesn't allow scalability, so that was super important. Infor's a large global business, and for us, having somebody that could hold our hands through the process and help us understand how the software and model would fit within our business was super important. Win, being a gold Infor member and partner, was also a major reason as to why we chose to go with Win.
Before we kicked off this project, Win Solutions invited us into their office, and they had prepared a very big document on every step that we were going to go through. They really held our hand through the whole process, and from that first meeting, I knew that there was no doubt that they were the best solution that we could possibly find. Yes, their approach was a lot more hands-on. So they provided their team members on site here with us from when the project started until it kicked off, and even a few weeks into going live. The timeline, that was my biggest concern about the implementation, because when they said 2.5 months of experience in the tech industry, I thought that's very tight, and well, very impressive that they actually managed to, they really pulled us across the line. That it was quite impressive, yeah. Together with Win Solutions, we made a solid plan. There were no changes during the implementation at all. Win Solutions really knew and understood what we needed, so there was no need for any changes.
Definitely, I think every project, comes across situations where you might need to pivot or change strategy, but we did feel constantly supported by the Win Solutions business by offering, situations where we could potentially lean on their experience in the past, or come to some sort of middle ground with a hybrid solution for the meantime, which we could fix down the track, or you're liaising with us and our client to make sure that a key milestone was actually achieved correctly.
We've been using Infor for a little over 2.5 years now. Heaps of positive results. Team a lot more motivated. You could see that we have a solid tech infrastructure in place to get that job done. And yeah, there was a lot less questions about what are we doing today, how are we going to do it. Infor is quite good with that. Currently it's just one department that uses the software, which is our logistics department, or the warehousing department. There's about 10 to 15 people that use Infor.
My first reaction when we start using Infor and Win Solution was that we have full traceability of all the transactions that we do inside the warehouse, inside the net. So in warehousing, that is paramount. You have to know what you did, when you did it, who did it, to where do you move any particular item. With Infor, we have that.
They absolutely solve that problem. The most obvious one is visibility of what needs to be done day to day and what actually happens day to day. Infor has had a very, very positive influence there. It's increased efficiency by a lot. I don't have exact numbers. Not even just those things either, but it increased morale on the floor as well. Everyone knows that there is a solid system in place that they can use every day. Everyone in the business trusts Infor 100%. Yes,
Accuracy. I think accuracy is key when you're managing people's or clients' inventory, and accuracy was something that we noticed immediately, and it's been a strong point of the business ever since. But also ease of use. I think a lot of 3PL and warehouse systems can be clunky and rigid and hard to use and run up very old frameworks. Infor, I think, a market leader in that regard, and they're constantly looking at ways to improve features and updates as well as ease of use. Yeah, I guess for us, given that it's a new division within the business, the cost saving we saw was, previously we were outsourcing the function of 3PL to third party, so the fact that we're able to carry that out in-house was important from a cost saving point of view, but also from a control point of view, which meant that we were able to deliver on our promise to our clients.
Oh, absolutely. I would definitely recommend using Win Solutions, and to the point that if they ever need a referral, I'm always happy to speak to any of their potential clients. And we just had a meeting with some potential clients here the other day. I would recommend Win Solutions because they have always been open and honest with us. They have a really good understanding of the industry. They have good communication skills. The plan that they put in place for us was solid, and they executed it flawlessly. I would say probably the best advice is sit down with Win Solutions, show them what you're trying to do, and they will be able to give you a plan that's catered to your needs and give you some advice.
If I will have to recommend another business how to tackle problems between the daily tasks that they do, I will say that one big part of our success with the particular customers that we have, WMS that we have, and the relation that we have with Infor and Win Solutions. So I will recommend to another customers or possible customers or people in the warehouse industry that invest in a good WMS system. That is, if you don't have that, it's going to be very hard to achieve any goals.
Accommodating to our needs, and for me, seeing that in a partner before you sign up was very important. That's an indication of what the relationship might look like after you sign up, and yeah, we've been very close since in regards to key people in our business that can lean on them when they need support, and also site visits and coming out and implementing new features, which is critical for advancing, our offerings to our clients.